Alrighty, hello there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. How are we all doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing great. Not just well. I hope you're doing great. We're here with the PS5 version of Halls of Torment. Just came out about 45 minutes ago. So we're going to check this out. Really enjoyed playing it on the PC version. When it came out of early access a while ago. We played it on We Roguelike It. WeRoguelikeIt.com for the full info over there. And really enjoyed it. I was waiting for quite a while for it to come out on consoles here. Ooh, controller vibration. So let's dive into it. Choose a hero. We got one. Got the swordsman. I don't think we're going to have too much else. Yeah, let's do... What happens if I turn that off? Oh, that just looks weird with it off. Okay. Auto aim and auto attack. Manual trait selection. I don't know what that means, really. Yeah, I'm going to turn this up. I had problems with game being a little too quiet with dispatch last week, so... Aiming line, damage numbers, yeah, that's all fine. HUD styles, okay. DLC supporter pack. Oh, we have skins and stuff. Okay, great. Alright, there's not really going to be anything here in the camp. So let's just get this started. Still don't know... Okay, where am I going to put my camera here? Let's scoot it, like, we'll try right there. Right there in the middle. Alright, so if you haven't seen Halls of Torment before, it's a bullet heaven game. Diablo 1 and 2 stylized bullet heaven game. Where the real sickness for me comes is in the, what we have sort of affectionately called the square grid. We'll unlock it eventually, but a grid of unlockable kind of challenge things. And we're gonna level up and kill some skeletons and get XP orbs and do all the usual stuff. We're gonna... I think you kind of know what's gonna go on here. Alright, now we got a couple levels. Let's head down towards the skill that's down here, if I remember correctly. I think that's what the yellow scroll is. It's kind of a selectable skill. Yeah, let's do movement speed. This character's a little slower than I remember. Oh, I meant to check out... I'll wait until after this run's done, but I meant to check out how many achievements or trophies are in this game. Go. Knocking out that shield. It has been quite a while since I've played this, so I have to apologize if I don't remember absolutely everything about this game. Also, there's quite a bit in this game to remember. Alright, let's keep booking down here. Also want to... For most of these levels here in the beginning, there is going to be like a not only is there some sort of secret, but we're trying to look for an NPC that's in here as well. I think this first level has the guy that will take the take gear out of the dungeon for you. One of the things I like about this game is you can send gear you find in the dungeon back up to the camp. And you'll be able to purchase it and have like a whole loadout and all sorts of stuff. Can I set this guy on fire? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a lot of damage. There we go. Excuse me. Slow and steady damage on this elite or champion or whatever you want to call it. Let's get through this fire here. That did some real good work earlier. Yeah, there we go. Got a health just melting off. Almost there. Almost. Thank you. Lightning strikes, astronomers' orbs, or arcane splinters. I kind of like arcane splinters, if I remember correctly. Because it just kind of tosses out. Yep, there you go. Tosses out a bunch of splinters. Okay, I don't want to pass up. 3% damage for the main weapon. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That's bad. Ouch. Got myself slime surrounded. It's not gonna work for anybody. And then you can see in the upper right-hand corner our kind of cooldown bar for the skill I picked up. Attack speed. I'll do that one because I get both attack speed and crit chance. Ooh, completed our first square grid. A lot of the stuff that it's going to unlock at this point is going to be like additional characters, additional stages, stuff like that. Later on we'll get into, you know, oh, Arcane Splinters now has an additional level, and now it gets something really bananas. Astronomer's Orbs. Summons metal orbs that circle around you and damage enemies. Orbs are indestructible, permanent, and increase speed with your movement speed. I'll take that one. Do some of this kind of constant protective damage. Let's see if I can keep the boss here in my... yeah, let's do movement speed, because that'll increase the speed of our orbs. It's a Diablo-like. Well, not Diablo-like, but with its theme, of course, you gotta have these kind of nasty red imps. So at the beginning, I did turn on auto attack and auto aim, but I can also still aim manually if I want. So like I can spin the stick around like that, and I can still do whatever I want. I don't think I can really stop attacking. I think I have to turn off auto attack for that, but I don't recall there being a situation where I needed to stop attacking, but you know, maybe I'll find one. You never know. Okay, that was just a bunch of gold. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a big old clump of stuff here. Health and movement speed. Yeah, let's do that one. Try and get our orbs spinning quickly here. I do love the kind of clattering noise of the skeletons here. Oh man, look at all this. Ooh boy, hi bud. Yeah, let's do that. So that's a specific upgrade for our astronomer's orbs to make them a little stronger. I forgot that's one thing I really like in this game is seeing where the enemy's attacks are gonna go. I think that's really fun. Get them through the fire as well. So that's what that purple circle is. That's showing where the enemy's attack is gonna land. So I do remember in each one of these stages there is something not really hidden, but it's like an optional thing where you can go complete an activity or put some pieces of something together or something like that, where you can skip a phase of the boss, or you can make the boss do less damage or have less health or stuff like that. I think this is the stage where you put two pieces of something together, but I don't remember how to do that, so we'll have to remember that as we go. Attack speed, but projectile size goes down. I'll do that one, sure. I don't think projectile size is going to do too much for me here, I don't think. But I like the getting a higher attack speed. Oop. Crit bonus, force was improves different parameters depending on the weapon, skill, ability. Please check their stats to learn which are affected by force. Where is force? I don't remember what. Oh, knockback. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's try it. Why the heck not? Get in that fire. There we go. Boy, that did a lot of damage. And if I remember correctly, these are 30-minute runs. The kind of standard bullet heaven stuff here. On the bottom right, you can see the timer counting down. And then once the timer hits 0, the big old boss spawns, and we try and beat him. Defeat the Imp Chieftain. We got a trophy. Haunted Caverns, defeat the Imp Chieftain. Great. Pick up some area. Increases the area of effect or the angle of an attack cone. Okay. 30% attack speed, base defense and movement speed, or base block. I'll take attack speed. And we picked up whatever the, magnet or whatever is in this game of pulling all of the materials from this stage towards me. I don't even remember what it is. It's some sort of, arcane thing. Looks super cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. Can't stay though. I'm working slow, so I'm using opportunities. Silksong, just want to say hi. Hi there, Jinx. Hopefully Silksong is treating you well. Hopefully your boss fights are going smoothly. Thanks for popping by. And I'll be playing a couple hours of this. If you want to check it out later on the YouTube channel. Campsite.bio/Janston. That'll give you the link over there. I think I also have an exclamation mark YouTube, but I don't think I can do it right now. Gotta fight all these weird wizard, monk, purple throwing guys. So far this does run really well, which is really great. I'm always worried about games that are getting ported over here that are going to run poorly. Picked up some sort of attack speed buff here. I found Sinner's Road. I'm getting my exoskeleton handed to me. Yeah, Sinner's Road is real tough. That is not the path I went for to Act 2, and I'm not sure which path is better. I didn't find Sinner's Road for quite a while. Deal 200,000 damage with your main weapon. And look at how much damage I'm doing now. That's great. kind of forgot how much I like the music, too. It feels very era-appropriate. Yeah, especially as I grew up with Diablo 1 and 2. Like, those were very formative PC games for me as a kid, especially as, like, a casually online trolling experience. It's kind of fun to see that aesthetic sort of lovingly recreated here in this game. Come on, knock out this big skeleton. Collected a total of 300 gold. Okay. Yeah, let's do attack speed. More DPS is better. Try and knock out this skeleton now that we knocked off his shield. There we go. Phantom Needles or Lightning Strikes? I'm gonna do Lightning Strikes. Of course, there are multiple paths. I might have to go searching for the second one because those dog things are tough. Yeah, the those dog things in Sinner's Path is what really kind of scared me off of that area for a good long time. They're really nasty. It's not only that they're fast and they do a ton of damage, but the like leaping attack they do, and they kind of knock you over and chomp on you a bunch. Those are really, that's really rough. Yeah. Ooh, let's increase the damage for our... It decreases the force, but I don't think that's really that bad for this one. I'm kind of glad I played this on PC before, though, because I think one of the most important lessons in this game is don't underestimate literally any enemy in this game. There are no like regular enemies that you can just kind of walk through and not have a problem. Oh my god, I'm getting so many phone calls tonight. I'm on some sort of marketing list where someone thinks my name is Jill and I own a house in Ohio, and I'm just getting completely flooded with spam texts and calls about like, hey Jill, do you want to sell your house on here? And there's always an address associated with it. If a house, I grew up in Ohio, but I did not grow up in wherever that area is. I'm not gonna, obviously not gonna give out the address here just in case Jill herself still lives there. It's not Jill's fault that I'm on a list, I don't think. Ooh, 10% damage. Okay, it's suspicious there are no enemies? Okay. We're just bringing out the tougher skeletons here. Okay, picked up the health and movement speed, area and range. Let's do that. Hold on. Call me Grolux Automotive. Okay. What am I calling you for? Oh, it looks like someone got the wrong number for somebody. Ooh, I'll take range, sure. Attack speed for lightning? Sure. Oop, got a big guy. Got a big boy. Oh, yeah. Get lightning strikes to rank 3 to be able to select something. Okay. I'm assuming I'll be able to select a, I think that's when you can select a modifier. So you'll be able to, if not now, then eventually kind of select an option of kind of 2 upgrade paths. Okay, 15 minutes left in this run. If I go to the end, I should specify that. It's still roguelike, so like, it's not guaranteed. Ooh, movement speed and range. Okay. I like getting a range upgrade for the orbs here. That way I don't have to be right on top of the enemy. They each you for 2 masks, and I keep getting juggled between 2 of them. Yeah, those things are really... I think the other path, Burning Steps, I think, is the other path. Whatever that kind of sandy area is. I felt like that was hard, but it felt, at least for me, a little bit more manageable. The boss at the end of that area is pretty rough, but... after fighting Widow, I felt like I was kind of unstoppable. to be true. That Widow fight in Silksong was really tough. Ah, yes, the worms. Yeah, that area. I forgot about the little like chompy sandworms. Yeah, the Widow fight was really fun. I like that fight a lot. It's very tough, but that's one of those fights I really like in that game, where it feels very acrobatic. Crit chance, 25 health, base defense, and movement speed. I'll take that one, because we can get our orbs spinning faster with the movement speed. So part of what I like about this game later on is that you can start sending one piece of gear, like the gear that I'm picking up, you can send it back up to the base camp, and you can buy it and permanently unlock it for your characters and start doing loadouts. So you can say, okay, well, this character does this loadout, and like this character relies on crit chance and crit damage, so I'm going to build a crit loadout for them, and that'll be their starting gear, no matter kind of how good the gear is. Even if it's really, really strong, as long as you send it back to the base camp, it'll be available for you. And you have to purchase it too, but I don't remember the prices being too bad. Let's do attack speed. I'm really starting to slash pretty quickly here. Let's get our overall DPS up. I'm not sure if rescuing any of the NPCs is possible on the first run. I'm going to assume it's not, because I don't see anything else. I don't see any other icons hovering around the edges of the playfield here. But I'll keep my eyes out. Plenty more runs to go here. Oh, got a big boss guy. This one's going to be sort of hard to attack. Movement speed, force, crit chance, and area radius. Oh, Jinx in chat just let me know that this Halls of Torment is on Game Pass. That's great. On PS5, it's only $10. On PC, it's usually $6.66 when it's not on sale. So it's pretty... I feel like, especially for the amount of stuff that's in here, it's very reasonably priced. Okay, we're just really starting to get a lot of enemies here. Air increase the effect or angle of an attack cone. I'll just do attack speed. Hit the wizard. Okay, hold on. Let's move a little bit more slowly here. I'm trying to get myself into a good spot to take out this boss, but that's a little bit of trouble with that. I think I might need more damage in general, especially for my base weapon, because I think it's taking me more than one hit to hit some of these enemies, and I need them to be dead faster. Who's this boss? I don't think I killed it. Let's do range. That'll help. Ah, there we go. Okay. When a lightning strike deals a critical hit, it causes an explosion that deals fire damage based on the strike's strength. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where I leveled up my lightning strikes to level 3, so I unlocked a additional option here. Okay. So see, now crits are doing a little bit of like a fire explosion here. And you'll see I don't know if you can see it, but in the upper right hand corner where the lightning strikes icon is, there's a little additional pip up there saying that I've upgraded it. So I know that lightning strikes has a range damage. I'll take some defense. Lightning strikes is random, but having it being able to set some fires when it crits helps quite a bit. Oh, there we go. Let's do regen. Regen and defense is a little hard to pass up. Crit. I'll do crit chance, sure. Movement speed as well. That'll keep our orbs spinning here. 9 minutes left. So I think part of what I like about this too, from an early game perspective, is it's pretty challenging. I wouldn't say it's impossible. You know, it's not overly difficult, but on early runs here, on kind of the base difficulty, the game really isn't messing around. Like, you really have to upgrade as much as you can, and you really have to try and pay attention to where all the enemies are. Because as you can see, it's pretty happy to swarm you at any moment. You know, Seps, have a good stream. We get busy here. I'll hop back in. Thanks for coming and hanging out and chatting. Good luck with the Silk Song. Hopefully all of that goes well. Okay, we got a new boss. You have 750,000 damage in lightning strikes, huh? I'm glad I took lightning strikes then. Okay. Oof, okay. Hold on. Some sort of necromancer boss I'm fighting. My range upgrades are really paying off here, as you can see. The range of my attacks is way bigger. I'm unlocking stuff like crazy. That's the other great thing about this game, is a lot of these objectives can be completed on any stage. So sometimes you have a really good run and you're unlocking like 10, 15 challenges in one run, and boy, that feels good. Follow the spiral there. Get in the fire. Yeah. Oh, that did so much damage. I don't think I ever used the fires as much as I did in when I played this originally. I just unlocked more force. Knockback is from 40 to 48. Okay. I wish there was a little bit better of a description of like how much knockback that really is, but that might be more of a feel thing than anything else. Bill is on a 7-stream streak. Thank you, Bill, for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Saw your message in Discord. Didn't know this came out on PS5. Still on the road for work. Can't wait to give this a shot when I get home. Have a great stream. Thanks so much. Yeah, it came out on PS5 and Series consoles today. Base damage, movement speed. I'll do base damage. And if you're still watching, hopefully everything's going well on your work trip. Deal 1 million damage with your base weapon. Dang. Feeling much, much stronger here at this point. Even as the enemies kind of continue to get stronger as we're going here. Oh, we're starting to get... One of my favorite things that that bullet heaven games do is as you get deeper into a level, yeah, we'll do crit chance so we can do more fire. As you get deeper in a run, the XP gems change color. I eat that up every single time. I think that's super cool of like, oh man, yeah. Instead of them being blue, now they're purple. That's the good stuff. Alright, got 5 minutes left. Eating a bunch of carrots, like it's Stardew Valley. Be back to Stardew Valley on Friday of this week, too. On our slow, methodical, chill path to the platinum. Gotta think of... I don't have to worry about it for a while, but have to think of other games that I can get the platinum for. Yeah, but I'll have to look at true trophies of like... I'm sure they have a filter of like games you were close to the platinum on. 4 minutes left. Oh boy. I'm running into a lot of potions all of a sudden. Kind of don't need them at the moment either, which is great, but kind of a bummer for finding them. Yikes. Okay, hold on. Everybody be cool. Try and open more of these chests, see if I can find more of the magnets or whatever. Some 150,000 damage with arcane splinters. All right. Getting a lot of stuff done here in this. Ooh, what's this? Crit. What's crit bonus? Percentage by which damage increase when dealing critical hits, and that's crit chance. I'll do crit chance. Okay, I got a. Oh, it's like a little thing with wings I picked up. Looks like it's a temporary shield. 3 minutes. Critting for 900 now? Jeez. Show me the divine geometry of the square grid. I don't think I have the square grid unlocked yet, but I think I'm going to have it unlocked pretty soon. I don't remember when you do that, but I don't think it takes very long. And oh yes, this is very Diablo coded. Yeah, it's really great. And they kind of nail the like grunginess of the first two Diablo games in a way that I feel like people kind of try and smooth out a little bit, and I don't want you to smooth it out. I want this to be kind of gritty, and one of the best things about the original Diablo games, the first two ones, and 3 for that matter, because I'm like one of the only Diablo 3 defenders, is like how grimy it is. Like, you were going into a dungeon. You weren't going into like a perfectly clean cathedral or anything. Or if you were, then it was like the end of the game and you're doing some Nephilim business. But like, you're in a dungeon under a church, it's gonna be pretty nasty. Let's increase health. I haven't really done that so far. A little worried about fighting the final boss here in 1 minute and 6 seconds. Also, hello, Torek. How are you doing today? I forgot my manners there for a minute. Eating some cheese. Some cheese and carrots. Okay, 30 seconds left. Getting down to it. Fight the final boss here, who I don't remember at all. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, hold on. 20 seconds. Everybody be cool. I want to make it to the boss. I was just remembering, thinking here of like, oh man, what if I beat the boss here on the first run? I was remembering Patrick Klepek when I think it was a series he had at Giant Bomb where he was checking out roguelikes that he had never played before. And it was basically like he's going to keep playing them until he beats them. And the very first time he played Risk of Rain, he beat it. And he was like, okay, I'm done. It did like one playthrough of Risk of Rain, and then he was done. Like, I was like, man, Risk of Rain is so good. You didn't see half of it. Doing well, dishes and streaming. There you go. Alright. Doing okay on the boss here. If I remember correctly, I think he has a, like a second phase. I don't remember. This game is so loud right now, too. Jeez. Turn my headphones down here. Yikes. Okay. A great part, too, about... Jeez, I just got smacked by, like, 4 of those. Great part about the boss spawning is since there are no other enemies, the lightning strikes are just going to hit the boss and the boss alone, which is a huge DPS bonus for us. Oh my god, it's so fast now. Only thing that's really messing me up here is movement speed, which I thought I was doing okay with, but I think he is much faster than I was expecting. Oh my god, yeah, because he's like right on top of me. Yikes. Ah, jeez. I'm gonna have a real hard time moving out of the way of a lot of this stuff. Because he's speeding up here as we go. Yeah. All right, so there's all of our stats here. We got all of these completed quests that I did here. Knocked out a ton of stuff. Let's go back to camp, see what we unlocked. 2 more heroes, whole bunch of stuff. All right, so we have the cleric and the archer. I'm gonna try archer here. And here's the square grid. We got it. So here's all the individual stuff that we can unlock. So like here, do 750,000 damage with astronomer's orbs. You can do it on any character and unlocks those trait types for it. And then kind of the last run that we have, how much damage we did there. And then you look all the way at the bottom of the screen there, completed quest 20 of 526. That nets us an additional 6% XP on our runs permanently. And we'll have an individual square grid for each one of the levels. So that's where the Well Keeper is going to be. That's going to be on Chapter 2. We have one for each individual character, so that's the one we were just playing. And here's the Archer. And then milestones, which is kind of your overall ones that you're doing run over run. Milestones, bonus quests. Purchase 10 uncommon items from the Well Keeper. Okay. Okay, that's the... And here, what do we have here? Shrine of Blessings. Right, this is our meta progression here. We'll do 10 damage, pickup range. And let's put the rest into, let's do regen and health. Oh, we can probably, and movement speed. There we go. A little bit in everything. All right, so let's try the second stage here, the Ember Grounds. And it says the Well Keeper is in here. We're going to try and find where they are. They're down here.
Praise the gods! Another mortal soul! I beg of you, release me from this wretched cage. The key must be somewhere nearby.
I totally forgot there was voice acting.
Help me!
That's really good. Hey, Minecraft is getting updated. I don't remember where the key is. Actually, we should also look at... So Force does piercing and max duration. And I think that's it. Okay. Ah, the key's right there if I would have looked at my interface. Hell. Ah. I'm assuming you have the key. Oh, okay. That's a heck of an attack. Let's do range. And we'll just slowly but surely plink away at this boss. I'm gonna manually shoot at this point, though. What does area do? Increases the area of effect or angle of an attack cone. We'll see what that does. I really want some damage here. I'm just not getting anything. Attack speed is really great with this character, if I remember. Bring out those horns for the fire level. There we go, damage. Yay. Yeah, I forgot we need to... For some of these abilities, you need to reach a certain level marker. Oops, hold on. I gotta move the RPG here. There we go. I forgot I had to move myself, so I gotta move the RPG. Slowly but oh, 2 bosses. Okay. That is concerning. Oh, who give the imps shields? Oh man. And fire. That's bad. Ooh, multi-strike. What is, multi-strike or attack speed and movement speed? I'll try multi-strike, why not? There's the key. Ooh, I'll do force. That seemed like it did a bunch of pretty positive things here. Damage and force. I'll take 20% damage. Force I'm not as worried about. Where's this guy? Definitely.
You're back! Please, free me from this accursed place. Quick, the shadows are closing in.
Rescue the well keeper. Oh, hold on. I forgot to look at the trophies. Let's look at that. 51 trophies. Okay. That's way less than I thought. 3 items. Defeat bosses in the different areas. 1-hit kill. 100 enemies that have 1,000 or more health with a direct hit from a lightning strike within 1 run. Okay, so a lot of these are just square grid stuff, which is pretty good. Also, you have a lot of credit to PS5 developers that are working in the percentages on trophies. I'm always really happy to see that. I want to see like how if I'm 50% through a trophy or not. That's always info that I'm gonna want to know. Yeah, let's do some pickup range here. Alright, let's go over and try and work on picking up this scroll over here. These statues do something. I think you have to like follow the way their hands are pointing, and it affects something for the boss, something like that. I'll try it here in a minute once I pick up this scroll. I want to get an ability here. I think I need some movement speed too. I'm feeling a little bit sluggish. There's the boss. I'll take some range, sure. Real Castlevania Symphony of the Night music here, which is great. Avoid being hit for 3 minutes. Ring blades. Throws alternating blades left and right. Like boomerangs, they pass you and fly off screen. Multi-strike increases their frequency. Or astronomer's orbs. Let's try ring blades. What is percentage if not a numerical bar? True. Good point. Okay, let's see if I can find another one of those statues here. Well, that was a lot of gold. Bleh. I think there's one over here-ish. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh yeah, dumping shots. Let's aim at the boss. Knock him down. Get him out of here. There we go. Cane sponges. Let's do Phantom Needles. Didn't do that last time. Yeah, let's do health regen. Whoop. Okay, he's just gonna learn my lesson before. He's just gonna keep cooking no matter what. Oh yeah, we'll do attack speed. Absolutely. I thought there was a statue over here. See if we can find one. They're gonna be somewhere. Yikes. Okay. Oh, breathing fire. Alright. I think if I remember correctly, one of the things about this game that is pretty nasty is that... here we go. Each new area is kind of a difficulty leap over the previous one, so I'm not necessarily, there we go. I was gonna say I'm not necessarily sure I should be in that area after struggling with the first area. Okay, there's the well keeper. Let's pick this archer again. Oh. There's item satch.
You've earned my deepest gratitude. For the rescue, of course. And since we've made such a great team down there, I have a proposition for you.
Proceed.
This well has dried up a long time ago. Now it leads to the very halls you helped me escape. But if you ever happen to find the other end, you might want to drop a trinket into the bucket. Then I hoist it up and make it available to you up here. What do you say?
I like that the option is fair enough. Okay. It's interesting seeing the 8-directional sprite facing in this after vampire survivors and spirit hunters had just left-right sprite flipping. That's true. That's a good point. I feel like that's part of the kind of Diablo-ness of it all, too. I'd have to look and see if Diablo 1 and 2 had that, but... defense, damage, range... What should I have? 11. Area... We'll do pickup. I like pickup quite a bit. Alright, let's go back to Haunted Caverns and start there. Okay, so the bucket is up here, and now I can send stuff up there. Leave one item here and send it up to the surface. Sent items can be bought and used for all future runs. Bought items cannot be lost. Sending equipment up depletes the well. So at the beginning you can only send one item up in an individual run. Okay, I'm gonna follow these bloodstains because I remember them leading to something. I think it's final boss related. Yep, we'll just take raw damage, absolutely. I think this was the stage that had 2 pieces of something you put together. Bloodstained pages.
At each end of the blood trail, they've piled up what remained of his victims. 2 morbid shrines, both bearing a fragment of an unholy relic. Unearthing them would require a dire sacrifice. But once reunited, they would form a powerful weapon against the Lord of Pain.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, that's kind of the starting point, and then you follow each direction of the blood trail here to pick up something. I think the cost it was telling you is I think you fight a boss when you put both of them together. And a lot of these will do, like, you know, the 30-minute boss doesn't move as fast, or it doesn't have all of its attacks available to it, or it like doesn't have a second phase if it had 2 phases. So they're if I remember correctly, they're pretty solid bonuses. But you gotta kind of do something special here. Oops. Ah, here's... Oh yeah, gotta kill a bunch of enemies when they're in... Yeah, when they're in these purple... That's right. I don't need to be in the purple area. They do. Yeah, attack speed, absolutely. Kill a bunch of metal slimes in there, like it's Dragon Quest. Oh, I'm just gonna face the other way and attack here. Trying to lure them all back in here. There we go, that was a ton. Let's do regen again. Excuse me. Really good, like, slime squishing noises, too. Oh, one of the zones went away. Yep, definitely damage. That's a no-brainer. I'm really curious, you know, since Torque in chat mentioned Vampire Survivors, I think there's a big Vampire Survivors patch that's coming out pretty soon. I think it's the additional, there's like even more content for the Castlevania DLC. They're putting out like a Castlevania patch to add even more weapons and characters, like more than a dozen weapons and characters. I know they're doing multiplayer too, which we might check out on Thursday at some point for Destiny. Okay, take attack speed and movement speed too. So we're gonna follow this. Is there a red icon on the map? Oh, it's a health potion. Gonna follow the bloodstain back to the center and follow it the other way, and then get the other half of this talisman or token or whatever the game calls it. Okay, let me see if I can take out this boss here. There we go. Let's do lightning strikes again. I felt like that worked out pretty well before. Especially after we get it upgraded a little bit. Alright, there's the book, so we're gonna go... let's do that. Vampire Survivors, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna go to the other side here, and then find the other half of this token or whatever. Already lost it. There it is. Keep an eye on the path. That's what I'm following. So you could kind of see in that second stage how much the difficulty ramps up between the two stages here. That's pretty constant through the stages as I remember them, of like each individual stage you go through and you unlock is kind of a big difficulty jump between each of them. Okay. Only one zone this time. Try and kite them as much as I can. I don't think I need range right now. I'm trying to manually aim here in this circle to try and knock out as many of these enemies as I can. Let's get some more health. What are we at? 34? This one's a little bit easier than the other one because the zone is much bigger. Oh, let's do movement speed. There we go. Collect the protective pendant. I don't really remember what that does for the boss, but at least I have it. I am a little bit bummed that this game doesn't have as many achievements as the Steam version does, but from what I understand from, I think Vampire Survivors ran into it, but they had hundreds and hundreds of trophies. It just is a real pain to get it working. It's not as easy as Steam, where it's just like, yep, here's a list of achievements. 50 crit chance, please. On hit with physical damage, 20% chance to spawn a shockwave. Does 40% of the original damage and 3.5 meter radius. I'm just gonna do this one, and I'll send it up if we don't find anything better. Start buying our gear from the well guy. Oh yeah, do that. Also, there's something kind of classic about the archer's design here with the green cloak and the gold trim. It's like this complimentary. It's every fantasy novel from the kind of 60s, 70s, 80s. That's just cool looking. I do like the archer's kind of spread attack here too. I think that helps a lot here with how many enemies there are. If it was only, one arrow they were loosing every shot, that might feel pretty rough. Yeah, let's increase crit chance. 2,000 crit damage? Gosh. Maybe this ring I have is actually really good for this character. I do remember my favorite character. I don't remember what their class is called. I think it might be the Exterminator. That one is easily my favorite. So I'm looking forward to unlocking them again. 20 minutes to go on this one. Woo. take range. I would like to kind of balance range and pickup radius to try and get as far away from the enemies as I can, but still be able to pick up as much of the XP and gold that they drop. Oh, another boss. I was thinking about picking up range there, but sort of want to increase my damage here of the lightning strikes. I feel like those are kind of like secret MVPs if you can get them in a pretty good spot. I also do like, again, talking about the auto aim and auto fire. I do really like those because it does help on my help my fingers not get so sore. I cleaned my office yesterday. I cleaned a bunch of the area that's behind me. You can't see it because it's all kind of floor stuff. But I've been trying to find a spot in the house that I can use to work out and stuff. I want to do the orbs again. Doing like weight training and yoga and Pilates and stuff. I kind of don't have a better spot at the house in the house right now, and like when my kid was in the summer program for her school, I was able to do my exercises in the living room, and that was fine because no one was there. But like, I really don't want anyone to watch me while I'm working out in general. Not the least my kid, who's like a real sweetheart, but I don't want to answer a million questions about what I'm doing for my workout while I'm in the middle of it. And also, like, I do need to hear the call-outs of what my workout is doing, and she's 8, so she's like a naturally kind of a bit of a chatty Cathy, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, that's the age, especially when you're trying to do something. I feel like that's when kids are like, oh yeah, I've been saving up all this stuff to tell you. I'm gonna unleash it. Here we go. Yeah, let's shoot over here and pick up this other scroll. Trying to do a little bit of damage to this boss as I can. Yeah, let's take more damage. Damage and force sounds pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna spawn another boss. That's fine. I walked right into it. Let's do splinters again. I feel like that's largely pretty strong. Doing so much damage to this caster, mage, magician, whatever type of magic user they are. Okay, there's the other boss. I lost sight of it for a minute. Let's do that. Yikes. I'm struggling here on this one. Do Phantom Needles again, I guess. Acquire 10 abilities or ability upgrades. Okay. Great. I didn't see where that other boss went to, though. I don't think I killed it. Man, those orbs are spinning. Okay, let me just stand here for a minute. Okay, that's not the boss I was looking for, but that's fine. Attack speed is getting up there nicely. damage is actually feeling pretty solid. Okay. Stop walking into a bunch of skeletons here. Yeah, let's get some regen, because I'm... Regen and health, because I'm sort of feeling it. I think this character might start with less health. Definitely feeling the pain here a little bit. Crit bonus, base health. Oh, let's do attack speed for lightning. And now if you look at the... at the top right of my... I forgot to call it out earlier, but if you look at the top right of my XP bar over there on the left, you can see the... oh, crit bonus? You can see the amulet that I put together. And eventually in the game we'll get kind of equipable stuff, like charms and amulets and stuff that we can take into runs, and those will appear up there as well. Yeah, let's do more attack speed. Fire the trait Quick Hands 4. For 1 HP missing, 0.1 damage. Base defense and movement speed. Okay. Let's actually make my way back up to the bucket here. I want to send something up at the very least. Because it looks like that's kind of our next focus for unlocks here. Gosh. Movement speed is pretty great, though. That'll be especially good for the final boss. Do need one of those magnets, though. So, roguelike question: do you prefer when these games have a narrow selection that lets you reliably pick a loadout, or a broader selection that means you likely won't get the same loadout on the next runs you have to improvise? I think I'm not sure how much this is colored by, you know, my deep love of Binding of Isaac, but I feel like it's kind of the latter. I appreciate a game that has a wider variety of in-run options, whether that's like weapons or items or trinkets or abilities or whatever you have. But I do really appreciate being able to I think the way you're putting it of improvise is a really good way of putting it of, you know, I don't want to have the same... I'm going to do this guy. I don't want to really have the same run every single time. You know, I think when we talk about a lot of roguelikes on We Roguelike It, over at weroguelikeit.com, I think the thing that we ding a lot of roguelikes for is that kind of lack of variety. Because if you have... You know, it feels good on a short-term basis playing a roguelike and having... Alright, I've got this loadout that I really like, and I get it pretty often because the item pool is pretty thin. That feels pretty good because you're kind of... you're finishing runs a lot and you're making a lot of progress and stuff. But I think the lack of variety really... I don't know if frustrates me is the right word, but it's always kind of a bummer of like, okay, well, like, I'm gonna get the same loadout again this time. Like, okay, I'm picking up the same 3 items, and oh yeah, I'm gonna win this run. You know, like, there needs to be some struggle. There needs to be some friction there of, you know, if I get a good run, you know, that's why some of the great weapons in Isaac are so valued, is because there's 700-800 items in that game now. And if you're gonna get, you know, torn photo at the very least, you're just like, yep, that's great. I know this one is good, so I'm probably gonna have a good run. I like reacting to chaos and prone to feeling stuff gets stale, so the latter 100% for me. Yeah, I part of the reason why I like roguelikes a lot is, okay, enemies stunned by lightning strikes have a 40% chance of being inflicted with spark. Spark deals 100 damage per stack applied to the enemy each tick. Each stack decreases the tick time. Each time spark ticks, it is reduced by 1 stack. Let's try that one, sure. But like, one of the things I do like about roguelikes, and I know it's one of the things that people that don't click with roguelikes don't like, is that variety. Like, I don't expect to win every run. And I kind of don't want to win every run. Like, I want to have those runs where it's just like, yep, that one just didn't come together well. You know, I'm still running into runs like that in Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. And it's like, yeah, the options I got were bad, and the weapons I got didn't synergize, and it all just kind of didn't come together. And I think that's kind of why I prefer a lot of meta progression stuff in roguelikes, because even if you have a bad run, you're probably still making some level of progress. You know, like in this, I haven't won a run in this game yet so far. This is my 3rd run, so like that's not too surprising. But that's okay, because I'm unlocking a whole bunch of stuff. I'm unlocking a whole host of new characters and levels and square grid stuff and bonuses. You know, I already have a bunch of XP bonuses because I cleared a bunch of stuff on square grid. Like, I think when I see a lot of people that get frustrated about roguelikes, I think there's still a common misunderstanding about them of, like, it's the Dwarf Fortress thing of, like, death is the part of the fun. Like, we'll do crit bonus. We're critting a lot. But, like, dying is part of it. Dying is part of the fun, and dying is part of the learning and getting more experience in the game. Not just, like, in-game experience, but also, like, okay, that's what that boss does, or this is the kind of run that I need to have going into this, or, oh, this character's really good for this stage because they have fire immunity and I'm going through hell because it's a roguelike. You know, all that stuff is valuable experience. And I do think, even though roguelikes and roguelites are continuing to get more popular, I do think there still is a bit of a misunderstanding there of, like, they haven't gotten to the point of, you know, like beat 'em ups in the 90s where it's like, you're not going to win every run, but if you can 1cc this game, then that's where you've kind of gotten mastery. And I think that's the kind of knowledge that I think the gamers as a whole needs to start permeating out to everybody, is sort of like, you know, you're not going to win every run of a roguelike, and that's okay. That's part of the experience. And I don't think we're there yet from a perception standpoint. That's one of the things I liked about Maze Mice. The more you played, the more chaotic each run got, to the point where an item that lets you reroll options is potent enough to pick as one of your 4 slots. Yeah, that's true. And I think that's one thing that a lot of roguelikes are figuring out, is like, you can have a game that starts maybe not easy, and maybe not, non-complicated, but you're going to have, you can have a run that isn't going to kick your teeth in. It's not the first run of Rogue, or first run of, Dwarf Fortress or something, where it's sort of like, I'm not going to finish this first room because I don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be that, but you can get there. Like, you can get to that point eventually, and I think more developers are kind of figuring out that. I think for the majority of roguelike players, I think that sort of thing is more of the direction that I think people like for some of these games to go, at least in the early stages. I did see the developer of Maze Mice and Luck Be a Landlord. Hold on. Summon skeletons that attack enemies. I do like that one. Unkill, gain a charge. Let's do, their name is Dan D. Ionio, I think is their name. Looks like they're prototyping a new game, which is pretty exciting. I'm really curious to see what they're going to continue to do, because I think their games have been a lot of fun so far. Like, Luck Be a Landlord is an all-timer. And I think people are kind of sleeping on Maze Mice because it isn't Luck Be a Landlord 2. DRGS has an upgrade that lets you just reroll item drops. The more you play, the more valuable that gets. That's true. DRGS is incredibly well designed, even from a very early game standpoint. It's really very clever. That's a game that you can tell spent its early access period really absorbing, I think, how people are playing the games. Not necessarily how people want the game to be, but, how players' gameplay styles and needs and that stuff kind of blossom. Ooh. That we really don't know what to expect beyond good balance, because they've avoided typecasting so well with their first two releases. That's true. I was really happy that they being the developer of Maze Mice and Luck Be a Landlord, I was really happy they didn't make Luck Be a Landlord 2. In the same way that I'm really happy that Ed McMillan didn't make Isaac 2. That's kind of what I don't want. I personally don't want to see that out of some of these developers that are making some really cool stuff. Like, I want to see, okay, you had this cool idea, you made this real classic game, you made this kind of all-timer game. What are you going to do otherwise? Like, what's your other great idea? Because a lot of these game developers, I feel like, do have incredibly cool ideas that they have rocking around their brains. And sometimes I just want them to make another Hollow Knight. It kind of goes both ways, but I like the idea of someone coming out with Luck Be a Landlord and, like, starting almost a kind of subgenre of roguelikes. Like, we're seeing it with Clover Pit, we're seeing it with Daggers and Slots and Daggers. That's what that's called. That just came out. What else do we have in there? We have Rack Coin. That's another really great one. I feel like Luck Be a Landlord, maybe Super Auto Pets. I'm not sure which one. That's more of an auto battler for me, though. You know, I'm not sure which one is more to be credited here, but I feel like that started a kind of a subgenre of roguelikes, this kind of like not gambling game. Like Luck Be Landlord looks like a gambling game, but it's really a deck builder. Oh god, there's so many enemies. And I kind of like that, you know, the developer of Luck Be Landlord was just like, okay, I'm good. I did that one. I'm gonna do something different. Also, really want to see what the developer of Slice and Dice does next. Slice and Dice is an impeccably designed game. Let's do Force. Speaking of, there's a mechanic in DRGS took out for its full release. Previously, you upgraded rerolls by getting cores from stationary machines you'd find every so often. Banging the machine, grab the core that drops. Haven't seen those machines in full release yet. Oh, interesting. I'm always kind of surprised, like pleasantly surprised when developers take out a mechanic like that for the release. Like it's less surprising that they're putting in new mechanics. Like for DRGS, they put in the gear mechanic at the end of, well, between the end of early access and the full release. But to see them kind of pull out a mechanic like that, and especially for something like upgrading rerolls, that's really interesting. But, you know, at some point, you know, we saw this with FBC Firebreak of like, how many currencies are we going to have players juggle and manage and gather and unlock and all of that? Like, at some point, you have like, oh, okay, well, there's 5 currencies here, and then there's 2 during a run, and or there's actually 1 more during the run, and then there's actually 1 more to unlock this, and then spend. And it's just like, it's too much, especially when you look at DRGS, and it's like, okay, you want to re-roll stuff, you're going to use the gold or the nitra that you're using for other stuff. And it's like, okay, yes, that's good, because there should be some balance here of, am I going to spend my gold or my nitra to unlock stuff or purchase it from the shop, or am I going to use it to, let's do crit chance, or am I going to use it to buff myself with artifacts, or am I going to use it for this? And like having that be this kind of balance you need to do is really exciting. Base defense, I guess. Got 30 seconds. This is where the run gets really stupid. And it's stupid from a perspective of like, look at all of these enemies. I'm just trying to make it to the final boss. I'll do more base regen. What's that? How's my regen looking? Very fast. Okay, good. Okay, 10 seconds. So that's kind of exciting that they weren't so precious about the game that they couldn't remove that mechanic. I think that's really great. Okay, doing quite a bit of damage here. Oh wait, I think, if I remember correctly, the artifact takes like half of his health off for this boss, if I remember. Movement speed is way better on this one. Alright, we're doing it. We're almost there. Zigzag. Serpentine. Okay, first phase done. I think he only has 2 phases. Oh, it did it for both phases too. Okay, that's really great. I remember that being very powerful, but I kind of didn't remember why. Should have worked on my range. Yikes. Done. I got a new trophy. Alright, so I got a Torment Shard. Would you like to finish your run? Yep. I survived the Haunted Caverns. A bunch more unlockables this time. So the Torment Shards are, those are bonuses. I don't have the NPC yet, but those are bonuses you can, a currency you can use to permanently upgrade the stats, the base stats of a specific character. So that's your kind of other level of meta progression.
Well, well.
Okay, so we're gonna buy.
Godspeed.
Purchase an item from the Wellkeeper. So then we can use this item stash to start building our loadouts here. Movement speed. Base defense. We'll do base defense. Okay, and oh right. Equipment for cleric. Save that one. Okay. So this is the equipment for cleric. Now that I've saved it as a loadout, I can apply that to any of my additional characters as well. I don't really remember what the cleric does. Let's try taking them into the second level. Now that we've cleared out the first stage here. Oh right, they have like a force, like a magical force they shoot out in front of them. Oh, here's a book. I'll read the book.
Gouged from its lithic corpus, the Ember Eye was passed through many burning hands. Now, it's resting on an obsidian slab, gazing at the crumbled body it once inhabited. To release its power against the Lord of Regret, one must bring it back and subdue it in battle.
I don't know if I love that subdue it in battle part, but what are you gonna do? Oh wait, let's see what force does for this character. Knockback. Looks like it's really just knockback. Okay. Alright, so I do need to follow the hands of this statue. I'm also doing an effect here that I don't remember. New pickup range. Try and scoop up some of this stuff here. So if I remember correctly, I'm going in the direction that the hands of these statues are pointing. And now that I unlocked the well keeper, I'm going to have the well on every single stage here. It's just an eye. How bad can it beholder? Cough cough. How bad could it be? Yeah, we don't want them to get litigiously attacked. Yeah, definitely in every fantasy novel, Magical Eye has always been really good. Definitely not cursed or haunted or something. I think it was pointing over here. What are my base traits? Holy Scepter. Okay, it doesn't really say. I'm trying to figure out what the oh, here it is. What that little symbol above the the character is. Oh, right. The eye is. It looks like the eye is pointing to something. If you look, there's like a little white area on the eye. 30% debuff chance. So it's doing something like fragile, fiction, slow. Okay. I just kind of can't tell what the... Oh, fragile chance on hit. Affliction chance on hit. So it's doing fragile. 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 always get a little concerned here when I'm going through a stage and there's no enemies for a minute. Sort of like, what is, what horrors am I going to be afflicted here? Aha. It was leading me to that. A boss with a lot of health. Wow. Okay. Slow and steady. We'll do it. Ooh, look at all this XP. Attack speed magic? Let's do that. I remember kind of not liking the cleric originally, but I don't really remember why. 30% damage, yep. That's an easy choice. That's way more damage. There we go. Get that multiplicative damage. I should have killed that other boss before I honed in on where the eye was leading me, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do health and defense, because I'm a little worried about the overall damage here. That's so much fire damage. Yeah, let's do movement speed, because they feel very slow here at the beginning. I mean, the archer on my last run was really speedy, but, you know, this one comparatively feels a little rough. Drop a scroll. Thank you. Yeah, let's do attack speed. Let's pick up the scroll. Fires projectiles in the direction you're facing. Damage is reduced for every enemy hit. Chance to apply fragile. I'm gonna do phantom needles. Yikes. Okay, let's get a little bit of distance on this boss here. Attack speed. My range is actually pretty solid here at the beginning, I think. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Let's try and get this boss to walk through some fire here. There we go. Ooh, hung out in it for a while. Great. Like a real long while. Looks like they dropped something. Movement speed. Up the cracked eye. Cracked ember eye. There we go. So if I can make it there, that should also affect this boss in the same way that we saw in the last one. I just don't remember... I know they all affect the boss, and if I remember correctly, they all affect them differently, because each 30-minute boss is different. Now let's do damage first. But I don't remember specifically what each one does. It's been so long since I played it that I can't remember the specifics. Yeah, let's do overall attack speed. Attack speed's starting to get pretty good for this character. And my damage is actually in a fairly okay spot. Oops. Got caught glancing. Glancing at chat. Head down here and get the scroll. Fight a boss, most likely. Let's do crit bonus, sure. I don't think this is a crit-focused character like the last one, but... Oh, that guy. Let's do Arcane Splinters again. If I can get another one, I'll get... Wow, that's a lot of damage. If I can get another one, I'll try and get a Strong Armor's Orbs, because that one's pretty great. Oh, there's another boss over there. Just a Ring of Fire? Wow, that's a lot of damage. Jeez. I was not familiar with your game, Cleric. You always sort of think of like the stereotypical clerics of... I'll do 15 base damage. I'll just get additional damage. Kind of always think of the traditional clerics, where they're these very weak, not useless, but you know, they're focused more on magic and healing and all that instead of sending magical forces out to gross imps. Let's do a little bit more range. I feel like that was a little bit lacking for the final boss fight with the last one. I've already been streaming for 2 hours? Sheesh. That's the double-edged sword of all these, most roguelikes, especially bullet heaven games. This time is just disappearing. Boy, this scroll is real far. 1,000 enemies in one visit to the Ember. Whatever's. For each stack fragile, increases the damage taken from direct attacks by 5%. Well, let's do that then. My goodness. A debuff that helps me do more damage. Seems like something I definitely need to take. All hail the square grid. That's right. Hi there, Feyroar. How you doing today? Oh, there's a new API update for Destiny today. Let's do attack speed for that. That seems to be doing some okay work. This boss sucks. Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna make you shoot the boss. I was gonna say, because it's gonna split into a whole bunch of little ones. That's just what slimes do. Yeah, let's do that. Damage is really good, but it can always be better. The song reminds me the most of Upside Down Castle in Symphony of the Night, where you're in the regular castle. It was kind of at the bottom of the map, where it has the kind of lava area, and in the Upside Down Castle, it's 30%. Jeez. It had all gotten iced over. I mean, we gotta do lightning strikes again, right? Come on. That's a bullet hell boss in a bullet heaven game? That's right. $1.5 million magic damage in one run. Let's do some regen. I have a hard time passing up anything that says plus 20% health regen. Might not need it right now, but you know, as we saw in the last run, when it gets down to that last minute, especially the last 30 seconds where the run gets real bonkers, that's when you're going to need it. Investing in the future. Yeah, let's get a Strong Armor's Orbs again. A real Halls of Torment classic. Oh, there we go. No, let's do attack speed. now we're really starting to cook. Do more attack speed. Currently, Pharaoh Reigns is on a 7-stream streak. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks for coming in, hanging out in the streams. I appreciate it. Ooh, yeah. Let's do Fragile. The other great part I love about the beginning of games like this is you're not like really worried about focusing on any challenges. It's not like, oh, I need to take this one weapon into this one specific level and do 2 million damage against red imps in this stage. It's just like, nope, just a little bit of everything and you're gonna unlock something at this point. Exercise reminder, thank you. I already did a workout this morning. Let's do speed there. Oh man, this really does look like classic Diablo. Yeah. They even have like the fuzziness of the font and all the sprite work is a little crunchy. You know, it's all really, there's you can tell there's a very clear fondness for that era of stuff like Nox, Diablo 1 and 2, that sort of stuff. Septerra Core. Probably the only time someone's uttered the word Septerra Core in the last 25 years. Yeah, we'll do attack speed. No, you misread. It's exorcise reminder. You're working on that right now. That's right. That's right. I'm definitely doing the other type of exercise. Man, these slimes that leave a pile here. All right, let's head back to... We've got 18 minutes. Let's head back to the bucket and see if I can dump something there. Oh no, that's right. These worms that spit this fire. Stop putting worms in roguelikes, developers. They always suck. Yeah, let's do attack speed for lightning. So Vampire Survivors update just dropped. Balatro in Vampire Survivors? What? In what way is that like chocolate in the peanut butter? Do you know what when a lightning dry, I'll do spark again. I think that worked pretty well. Do you know what of Balatro is in Vampire Survivors? Also, I really like that Balatro is turning into in a positive way Shovel Knight from a couple years ago, where it's like, it's an indie game, it's got Shovel Knight in it. But I like the kind of creative ways that developers are finding ways to put the Balatro stuff in their game. Yeah, we were talking about the Vampire Survivors update earlier, and I knew they were adding a ton of stuff to the Castlevania DLC, like a bunch of new weapons and characters and stuff. But now I'm very curious to see what the Balatro stuff is going to be in there. And the game is sort of set up for that already with like the Darkanas and stuff. So it kind of, I'm assuming it's in a pretty good spot already. Hearing something in there, it's just my wife on a phone call. Where's the bucket? There's the bucket. I'll send this ring. That's really the only one I have. Ooh, attack speed for lightning? Yeah. How long do I have? 15 minutes. Ooh, there's my magnet. Let's do a little range, sure. Oh, area is probably good for this character. I'm assuming it'll widen the attack here. I'll take that, sure. Sure. Oh, I should have done area. Just see if that really keeps increasing that to kind of a ridiculous level. Wow, my damage. Goodness. And my regen, apparently. Jeez. Oh, I meant to go look at what my XP bonus is after our last run in the square grid. I don't think I can see the square grid from here. No. I also really like when a roguelike has a screen like this of like, look, here's the 50 things you picked up on this run. Look at how nuts this game is starting to get. Like, yeah, man, I did that. Ooh. Look at this. Ring blades. I'll try transfixion. Oh, attack speed for lightning. Oh, pardon my manners. I forgot to ask Mike and Feyre how they're doing today. How are both of you, how are all my chatters doing here in chat today? 14 minutes. Attack speed is really great. Damage feels really great. It's not a given. That's one of the things about this game is none of these runs are a given, but I'm feeling pretty solid right now. Oh, let's do area, yeah. Oh yeah, look at how much bigger that's starting to get. Looks like you'll play as the Balatro Joker with your score and mult showing up. They showed planet cards and... oh boy. Planet cards and Joker cards too, but the trailer was honkers bonkers. Yeah, they always manage to release the most ridiculous trailers for Vampire Survivors. And I say that with a considerable amount of affection. Alright, got another trophy. Okay, I want Necromancer's Clutch. Again, I wish I could... I gotta stop myself from going to the bucket too early. I want to send that guy up. I'd love to have the little Skella buddies at the beginning. Either have allergies or I'm getting sick. Well, that's not good. Doing alright. I'm trying unsuccessfully to fix my sleep schedule. Oh, man. I'm sleeping terribly the last couple of weeks myself. Really starting to feel the drag of it. Yeah, let's do damage. 5,000 enemies in one visit. Yeah, let's hope it's allergies. Fingers crossed. We're gonna get a heat wave starting here today for about the next week, so I know my allergy is gonna get a little bit wonky. Do damage for the needles, I guess? Those are 4 upgrades that kind of didn't... Nothing was like a slam dunk. Oh yeah, we're getting our survive trophies here. Or our challenges done. We got drainage nose. Oh man, that's the worst. Stuffy nose is one thing, but having drainage nose where it's just running the whole day is... It's like a layer of hell. Okay, bunch of dudes here. Hold on. Let's do movement speed. My movement speed still feels a little low here. 5 million magic damage in one run. Alright. Getting those crit numbers up is helping a lot. Plus, hitting an enemy with fragile and getting a crit on them is doing a lot of real good stuff. Okay, about 11 minutes. Feels like time is crawling on this run for some reason. Let's do attack speed, sure. Really interested to see, since I'm going to be starting Hades 2 tomorrow as well. Really curious to see how many roguelikes I can fit in my brain at one time. I usually try and keep it to like maybe 2, but 3 is going to be pretty interesting. Oh, hi, Shrimp. Don't mess around with the weights over there, bud. Oh, let's do more area, yeah. Oh, look how big that strike is now. So, really curious to start Hades 2. That's our next game over at We Roguelike It, weroguelikeit.com. I'm really curious to see, because I feel like I've kind of cooled on Hades 1 over time. You know, I haven't played it since we played it on We Roguelike It. You know, especially with you know, so many roguelikes taking the kind of inspiration from Hades. You know, we saw some of that with Absalom. Bullet Heavens only count as 0.33 roguelikes for brain purposes. That's true. That's fair. Especially for a game I've already played and gotten a bunch into, like this game. Hey, no. Get out of the jungle, man. This isn't that Fred Again song. Drop it. Oh yeah, thankfully it's not Grits in here playing with the weights. I don't need him to get any stronger. No. No. All right, we're gonna report the. Wait, what is? I didn't even know there was DLC for this. The Boglands. 2 new heroes, the Crone and the Alchemist, and a new stage. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Well, let's see what. That's a real bummer. Let's see what state we're in here. Also, this game has some of the longest loading here. So I like that skeleton underneath me, like. That run was going really well. That stinks. Alright, what do we have? Oh, Exterminator! Let's go, my favorite! Yeah, that's a real bummer.
Take a look.
Okay, we'll buy that for sure. We'll equip loadout here on the Exterminator and equip that, and then we'll save that loadout. What do we have? Attack speed, movement speed. That should be fine. We'll play as my favorite character. And we'll go back into Ember Grounds. Oh, we can do Forgotten Viaduct, though. Hi, Shrimpy. You guys see him over here? Sitting on a box. Shrimpy. Yeah, he's just checking all the stuff out since I moved everything around. Alright. So, this guy's just got a flamethrower. It's incredible. Thing I like for this character is just lean all the way into fire skills and fire damage if I can. What is this, like? Attack speed, yeah. What's this, like 570 up there? Is that our other NPC? Oh, I'm not gonna pick that up yet. That's the magnet. Oh, I gotta follow the raven.
Only the bearer of the sentinel orb could see past the illusions conjured by the Lord of Despair. And so, the artifact was hidden away in the tomb of a nameless hero. To this day, ravens are circling the sentinel's final rest.
You're fine, Shrimp, jeez. That's right, we gotta follow the raven. Are you gonna go up this way, man? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now. I do remember that you have to follow the raven to wherever he's going. I do want to figure out what's going on with this NPC over here. Shrimp, you're a big, brave boy. You can get in the window by yourself, too. I do remember this, this stage does have a fun mechanic at the edges of it, though. Shrimp, just jump up there, man. He's been such a chicken for this box. He can jump on this box and jump in the windowsill, but he's too chicken about it, even though he's done it multiple times. Are you really giving up? Alright. Yeah, let's do range. Bye, Shrimpy. He's given up so hard that he's just leaving. Okay, damage and force. What does force do for this guy? Piercing. And max duration and damage mod per hit. Great. Force seems good. Yeah, we'll get some movement speed. Dude, sort of need to book through this stage because the edges do start closing in on you at some point.
Tread carefully, my friend. Those scribblings keep the wraiths at bay. While running from those creatures, I've lost the only thing that could get me out of this precarious situation. My potion flask. If you could retrieve it for me, somewhere further northbound, I would be forever in your debt.
Absolutely. Well, let's get this while we're here. Let's do Strong's Orbs again. The old classic. Okay, let's go get this guy's, this flask. So if I remember correctly, he can... It's another way of kind of permanently upgrading some of your characters and some of your runs by getting reagents to make potion flasks. Ooh, burn chance and burn damage, that's right. And improving something permanently, I don't remember what. Sure, we'll do range, I guess. Boy, something stinks outside. What happened? Cupbearer's Flask. Now we're gonna go back. I'm not doing that much damage yet. Perfect, 10% damage, thank you. I do, if I remember correctly, this character does have a bit of a harder time building damage, but does a better job at doing burn damage. Let's do force. That's gonna benefit me in a whole bunch of different ways. Yikes. Let's try and really cook this mini boss here for a minute. Try and get them off my back. Let's do force again. Yeah, like once you can get some stacks of burn on an enemy and kind of focus on them a little bit, it's pretty good. Strong single target attack with burn chance hits the closest enemy. Damage and crit chance increase when the attack does not trigger. So that's kind of what I like. I like building this character with as many fire types of damage at once. So it looks like Twitch just kicked me out of chat for a second. Hi, bud. Got you thing.
My hopes were not in vain. Thank you, my dear friend. Please, take good care of yourself, so we shall meet again in safety above.
Sure thing. Got a trophy. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I have enough time to do it. I got through that pretty fast, but let's go find the Raven again, and let's see if I can I'll see if I can get this stage's thing done. As I've gotten this stage's unique thing done on the other 2 stages at this point. Oh yeah, the swirling gargoyles. Yeah, I apologize if you hear somebody somewhere is doing like the loudest yard work here. I apologize if you can hear it. I'll do Astronomer's Orbs. Speed. Why not? I do also like a Bullet Heaven stage that's just a bridge. I feel like that's kind of a... Vampire Survivors did a really good one. This one does a really good one. I don't want to do the bucket quite yet. I want to see if I can get that Necromancer's thing. Is this character just someone with a flamethrower? Yep. Calls in an exterminator. I think it's supposed to be like a, you know, like a rat or a poison exterminator or something, but you know, it's just a cool dude with a flamethrower. How can you go wrong? Oh, hi, Grits. There's Grits. We don't care about background noise. Appreciate it. I've always had this kind of approach to audio, and I know this is like not a super popular approach, but I kind of want there to be some stuff that's going on in the room. Like, I don't really... I want the room to feel a little bit lived in. Like, I don't want, you know, 2 hours of lip smacks or anything in the background, or like the annoying sounds you don't really want there to be. But like, if there's some siren going on past your house or something, or like somebody's honking a horn for a while, like, that's kind of a fun little flavor for some of your stuff. So, okay, Grits, are you gonna be brave enough to get in the windowsill? Are you brave enough to be a tiny cat in a windowsill? Yikes. I do remember this boss. This boss kind of sucks. Okay, let's see if I can get here to wherever this thing is. The level's gonna start closing in on me here in a minute. I am doing some manual aiming here for this boss to try and get some burn stacks on them. Come on, Crow buddy, Raven buddy, sorry. I never remember the difference between crows and ravens, but I think the game called it a raven. Burn chance and burn damage, or overall damage and force. 99% of the time you mention something on Outcast or TVGP here, I don't hear it. Yeah, there is, I do a lot of noise canceling. I have some noise canceling plugins for Audition that I do use on TVGP kind of overall. Especially, you know, as we were in the summer months and there's some background noise of air conditioning and fans and stuff like that. I'll try and clean up a lot of that stuff. No, Grits, jeez. No, stop, get down, no. Oh my God. Can't be on the desk, dude. Right in front of the PS5. Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Can you explain to people on the microphone? Nope. Okay. Can't do that, bud. I dropped my controller and everything. Hold on. I look over and he's like standing on top of the PS5. His game already crashed once, man. Can't do that to me. Okay. Back to the game. Never once heard your neighbor's yard work. Yeah, it's kind of... I think the noise canceling software clears that up quite a bit, but... Oh, wait, hold on. Kill, gain, charge. I'll try to do Scars of Toil. One of the things that is really weird about this house is we're kind of like positioned on a hill. Oh, I lost my raven friend. Hold on, moving too fast. Ooh, plus 20% damage for that? Sure. And the noise that happens like behind us just rips up the hill in a way that like rockets it right in the window that I'm sitting next to. And it's usually fairly loud. And like I can hear everything the neighbors behind me are saying when they're sitting on their porch. Like it's super annoying. And I'm always worried with how sensitive this mic is that people are going to hear everything. But Raven friend, where'd you go? Did I reach the destination? I don't think I did. I'll just keep going. Okay, we're really starting to get the one that gets through is the fire trucks. Yeah, we have there's a fire station a couple blocks from here, and we live not on a busy road, but like 2 blocks away from a busy road. So, like I was just talking about the noise kind of coming up this little hill behind us. It really does. That noise especially really kind of cooks. Oh, there's my raven. Oh no, I moved too slow. Alright. I'll have to do that in a different run. So, the thing about this this level is you start having these marching ghost soldiers here that kind of keep coming after you, and they come from both ends of the stage, and they kind of squish the whole stage up. Getting a burn on this guy. Killed 1,000 enemies in the Forgotten Viaduct. Oh yeah, I do like Radiant Aura. Cast lights that distributes damage equally among all enemies in its range, automatically casts in intervals. So this one kind of doesn't seem very good at the beginning, but some of its modifiers... I feel like this got even louder. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm yelling here. The modifiers that you can get for this actually turn out to be fairly solid. can't kill the ghosts. You can, but they take a ton of damage. If I remember correctly, one of the nodes in the squirt grid for this level is to kill a ghost, and then I think there's one for like killing 15 or 20 of these ghosts, which is a lot. I don't think I ever got to that point on the PC version, but I will try and kill one of them, because I think, if I remember correctly, it gave me some sort of really solid bonus. But I sort of want to work on the same ghost or column of ghosts here, since they have a metric ton of health. Ooh, let's do area for this one. I think that increases the width of the flame. Oh, Gritz is gonna go lay on my fundraising pins here. Don't mind me, bosses. Or enemies. Oh, yeah, it has the Doctor Who ghosts here. Yeah, let's do burn chance and burn damage. I like investing, like I said earlier, I like investing in burn damage in this, because you kind of get the passive ticks of all the burn. And it'll just kind of passively work on the ghosts here. What just happened in... Yes, Weeping Angel. There you go. The worst Doctor Who episode. Hot takes time! Oh no, his one weakness, incorporeal beings. That's right. Let's do Force, because Force does a bunch of stuff. What does Force do for this character again? Piercing, damage mod per hit, and max duration. Those are all really good. We got 17 minutes left in this stage. I have one tattooed on my arm, LOL. Everybody loves that episode, and like, it's a great episode of TV. I just think it is not a very good episode of modern Doctor Who, and I think it's sort of, the rest of Doctor Who after that was just kind of chasing that dragon. In a way that I don't think really benefited the show. Yeah, let's do area. To be fair, I have not watched Doctor Who for quite a while because the Matt Smith era, I don't really like Matt Smith as an actor. I didn't really like his Doctor that much. So I think my wife and I quit like halfway through his run. A lot of what I've seen otherwise has seemed a lot better. We'll do range, sure. Take a break from fighting ghosts to fight this boss. Oh, they're in like 6 or 7 episodes. Yeah, but that's like... I know, but that's like also still sort of the problem of like continuing to chase that. Matt Smith era was good because of the companions. That's true. I did like Matt Smith in The Crown when he was on there because I feel like his petulance was kind of well suited for that character. I'll never remember the name of the royal he played. The royals are not. That is not my thing. 15% of trophies already. Copper ring increases block strength while moving. I'll do crit bonus, sure. But like his kind of, he played that really great petulant character on The Crown. 3 million fire damage already. Get more crumbling skeletons here too, which is, I think, so far my favorite sound effect in this game. Wasn't he Alfred? Maybe? I mean, that sounds like a British royal name, at the very least. Yeah, let's do that. But, like, I don't really remember. All I remember from him is really like, my wife is the queen. Meh. Stupid. That sort of thing. I'm going in the army. Meh. Stupid queen. That's my, audition tape for the revival, the American revival of the Crown. Netflix, you know where to reach me. Campsite.io/Jansen. Okay, I've got 14 minutes to kill one ghost. Prince Philip. There we go. Radiant Aura Specialist. Deal 20,000 damage or better hit on a single enemy with Radiant Aura without fragile effect. Okay. That's a very roguelike trophy, by the way. Of just like, here are 3 different specific requirements for this one attack. Oops, okay. Hold on. Yeah, let's get 10% regeneration. I've been slacking on building up my regen here. Stop throwing stuff at me, man. Everything in DRG Survivor's spitting on me. You guys are throwing magic on me. It sucks. 21,000 for a crit on the Radiance. All I'm really doing is not using auto aim on this one and just really keeping my flamethrower faced at the ghost soldiers here. Like ghost terracotta soldiers or whatever. Man, what's the last season I watched of The Crown? Maybe like season 2 or something? I think that show had a pretty strong start, but I'm not interested at all in the royals in any kind of form or fashion. So the half-life of that show was gonna be pretty low for me. Yeah, like at some point with these statues, you do enough damage to have the they kind of get out of step here. Oh, somebody with a tri-shot crossbow and doing an incredible amount of damage to them. Sheesh. Frost emits an additional magic attack that can apply a fragile and affliction to all enemies. Or Frost Avalanche. Let's upgrade the light here to punitive light and get fragile on these guys. Oh, we'll get that potion there. Do a ton of extra damage. We melted them, lol. Yeah. 11 minutes to do some more work here. I don't remember. So the only thing I don't remember about the square grid is I don't remember if I can unlock nodes on the square grid that I don't have a connecting node. I really don't remember if that's the case in this game or not. Of like, you know, can I not unlock this this thing in the square grid because I don't have the like connecting node to it, I really don't remember. And I wish I did remember. Some more fragile stacks on them. Get some Leia up in here again. Saw a news story from, it was either yesterday or earlier today, of the Wachowski sisters saying that they wanted Kojima to make a Matrix game at kind of the height of the Matrix, and Konami said no. I was like, what are you guys talking about? That's literally the dream combo. What do you mean, no? I think you get the feat, but you won't be able to get the benefit until you have a connection. Yeah, maybe. I just like really don't remember, because playing this game originally, I was really focused on just getting as many of the square grid challenges done, but like you kind of don't know what you don't know. Konami is dumb. That has been a constant for the entirety of Konami's history, for sure. I still find it really wild that they have not brought out literally any. I'm fairly sure Konami developed and published this. If it's not Konami, correct me, please. They haven't brought out any Tokimeki Memorial games in the US at all, and the US is like primed and ready for like a very complex and numbers driven dating sim, and like the most famous dating sim of all time. It's still wild that they just haven't done anything with that here in the States. Oh, Grits is 100% passed out here. If anyone hasn't watched why those games are really cool, go watch the Action Button episodes on that, and then watch his video about Boku no Basayasumi. Boku no... whichever. Oblivious Bottle, when sent up and bought, allows the cupbearer to increase the amount of available potions of Oblivion. Okay, well, we definitely want to send that up. Demonic... summons imps that attack enemies. I'll do that. I think I can send a potion up without... using my bucket, but we'll find out here in a minute. Let's go actually see the bucket here. Yeah, Tokimeki, we saw like hotcakes here now. The marketing's been done for you. Yeah, like the Action Button video at the very least. The marketing has been done for you, and everyone's like, "Dang, this game's great." And you're telling me that the second one is even better somehow? Why do we not have that? I understand why they didn't do it on the PS1 when it was out here, because that would have been an incredibly difficult sell in the States in, 1997. But I feel like nowadays you could probably sell that game here in the States pretty easily. Put out just another one. Another Tokimeki game? Okay. I had no idea. I know they put out another Boku no Natsuyasumi game, which, like, I know there is feelings about how to translate that game. I think they translated it in the US to, like, My Summer Vacation, or whatever it was. Okay, I want to send the bottle up. And then can I still send an item up? Yeah, I can. Great. I thought I remembered the bottle not counting for your your bucket uses. So if I remember correctly, too, later in the game you can get, you can pick up more bucket charges during a run, I think. I don't think that's a meta progression thing. Oh, I gotta get this magnet for sure. I left so much XP back there fighting those ghosts. Also, I gotta get my mic in front of my mouth here. Hello. Stupid Grits. I love you, Grits. You're not dumb. I mean, he's a himbo, so like he's a little bit dumb. But did you kill a ghost? I think so. I was gonna start making my way back towards that way to see if I can make sure I have murdered a ghost. Attack speed, sure. Sets nearby enemies on fire without direct damage, affected by range, area, and burn chance. Range and burn chance increase when it's not triggered. Sure. Let's take out this. Yikes. Attack speed, yep. Yeah, let's do explosive strikes again. I like that one. Alright, back to the ghosts. I'll do area, I guess. Get out of my way, I gotta fight some ghosts. Ooh, multi-strike? Yeah, I'll do that. Got 5 minutes left, so the ghosts are gonna start getting pretty close to the center here. Should run into him here in a minute. Would you call yourself a Ghostbuster? Mayhaps. Maybe if there was a title for someone like me, a ghost exterminator. Yeah, I haven't watched those first 2 Ghostbusters movies in quite a while. I had to have killed a ghost, right? 30 or more burn effects active at the same time. Yeah, I'm spreading a bunch of burn. Wheel! Yeah! Let's keep flambeing these ghosts. It should be even easier now because I'm spreading more fire to all these ghosts. I'll do crit chance, I think, because that skill is crit chance based, crit based. Gonna go see Tron Ares tomorrow for free. We'll report. I hope there's something worthwhile to be found in that movie. You know, I'm sure a lot of people's dislike of it is probably hyperbole at some point because it is the kind of current movie to hate. But I'm hoping there's something good in there, and that you're not gonna like waste time. At the very least, you'll listen to the semi-okay Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. Unlocking so much stuff in here. Defense, I guess. None of those were... Yeah, it's already 11:20. Jeez. Come on, ghost, get out of here. The thing I remember is if you kill a ghost, it sort of sets a chain reaction. It's a Nine Inch Nails concert too. That'll be worth it. True. Is it actually a Nine Inch Nails concert, or is it just the movie? Because if it's a Nine Inch Nails concert, I hate you, and I wish it was me. I don't really hate you. I'm kidding. But I am incredibly grumpy. I am not able to see Nine Channels on this tour because tickets are just too dang expensive. They're just... I'm really grumpy about, like, Ticketmaster in general, but especially for this tour, because, like, for me in either San Diego or LA, or even up in, like, Bakersfield, tickets in the nosebleeds are like $400. Like, I can't... There's no way I can afford that. It sucks. I want to see Trent on the tiny stage. And the big stage. Both of them. Both stages. Let's do area. Sure. Shooting magic, bros. I do like that every Bullet Heaven game has figured out that you also need to have the pitch of your XP picking up noise needs to increase the more XP you're picking up. Never buy from TM, just buy directly from the venue. That's unfortunately not an option for the majority of venues around here. It's Ticketmaster or it's nothing. Alright, we got 30 seconds left. That's when those runs get real bonkers. I'm going to stop fighting a ghost for a minute to fight the other stuff around me. Base regen, I guess. My regen sort of seems like it stinks at the moment. I will have to play this level again and work on doing the Ravens thing. 10 seconds. See, the ghosts are giving me the old pincher. That should be illegal. It absolutely should be. You're 100% right. Okay, so we gotta fight this boss for real because I didn't do the optional objective. That's okay, we'll put some fragile on it and just burn it to death. Ooh, boy, that did so much damage. Okay, mental note, don't touch the boss. 1.5 million damage with Radiant Aura, and this is the first time I've been able to pick it up. The crit that I'm doing with Radiant Aura is pretty wild. Okay, it did not have 2 phases. Great. Get the hell out of here. Collect 10,000 gold in a single run? Jeez. Look at all this stuff I completed. Wow. Great. Good job, Exterminator. You're the best. Okay, we have a new class, too. Shield Maiden. Who I usually like, but we're going to stick with the Exterminator for right now. Let's see if I killed a ghost. I think the Lich... Oh wait, that's level this one. Killed 24 Marching Ghosts, must be done in a run. In one run. I didn't kill a ghost, I don't think. Unless I did kill a ghost, and because I didn't have the connecting square, then I couldn't unlock it. Okay. So now, if you see at the bottom, we saw completed quests before was 20, I think it was, and we got 6% XP. Now it's 73, so I have an extra almost 22 XP.
Ah, salutations and good health be upon you, hero. It is a great relief to see you safe and sound. I am Rafik, the Cupbearer. My humble services will be forever at your disposal. They are the only thing I can currently offer in return for my rescue, besides my eternal gratefulness.
Of course.
I can supply you with beverages
Sounds
and
good.
potions that might improve your odds down in the halls. For now, a bottle of wine is all I can offer. But if you'd find the right ingredients and additional flasks, I could expand my repertoire.
Sounds good. Okay, let's see what
Step
else.
closer.
Beginning.
Be my guest.
Allows you to reroll the complete selection of traits when leveling up. The Gatherer's Charm from your stash can help you locate ingredients for new potions. Laying bottles up through the well increases the available amount of certain potions. So basically, I need to equip the Gatherer's Charm here and follow the... I'll show it to you in the level, but
Stay safe.
basically I'll be able to find more reagents in the level, and I'll be able to make more potions.
Hello?
Buy that one. 5,000 for that? That's
Not
fine.
the time to be thrifty.
Yeah, I want Gatherer's Charm, and I want Demonic, whatever. Alright, and this should be... Save that loadout. So we'll have some Imp buddies at the beginning. Wait, I have 16,000. I should do... Where's damage? 4,800. Attack speed. Do 2 of those. Pickup range. Revives you after reaching 0 HP. Each rank gives you 1 additional revive. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, and let's do... I really don't want to do Frozen Depths yet. Let's do Forgotten Viaduct. I can squeeze one more run in here. And let's do this... Oh yeah, I can start with an ability now. Dragon's Breath emits a wave of fire in the direction you're facing, has a high chance of setting enemies on fire. Yep. So I want to do the Raven thing here. So if you see there's kind of wiggly lines coming off of the charm there right next to my XP bar, that'll be what is aiming me towards additional reagents for the potion guy. I think there's 2 in each stage, and then you'll find them all. Just following my little bird buddy here. Alright, here's our first reagent. Dragon Nettle. Here's another one. And that's the 2 in the level. Oh, I think there are actually... I think there's actually an additional one on a higher difficulty, if I remember correctly. Because there's an additional difficulty for all of these stages that I think you unlock when you complete all of the stages for the first time. Let's do range. I also don't know why all these enemies are green. Not sure if it's because of something I picked up. Yeah, come on, buddy. Let's keep going. Whoops. Gotta pick up the scroll over here. We'll do Flame Strike as well, and we'll get both Flame Agony 3. That sounds right. Yeah, because you get... I think it's called Agony is the additional difficulty mode. Those are hard. That is an incredibly hard difficulty. Okay, whoop, I gotta keep moving. Oh yeah, I get a movement speed increase when when I'm following the crow. Do really need to beat the ghosts here. Do health, sure. I don't even remember what the thing in this level does, the extra thing. That boss was fairly straightforward to fight. Even without picking up the additional charm or whatever. We'll take damage, of course. Caw! Cook that imp a little bit. Come on, guys. I'm trying to follow my bird buddy. Yeah, we should do force. It's so good on this character. Yes, caw, indeed. Yeah, we'll take attack speed. Come on, bird friend. Oh, I'm falling behind. Yeah, we'll cook you too. Wow, doing a lot of damage. Okay, hold on. Quick detour. Thank you. Let's do Radiant Aura again. If I remember correctly, one of the upgrades, I think, for Radiant Aura does, like the aura spawns in, like spawns in across the map. It's not around you, I think. Or follows enemies or something. Sentinel Orb. I don't even think it's gonna say what the orb does, right? No. I don't have like a free mouse either. Spam USPS message. Spam messages are really killing it today. You guys are out there in full force. Yeah, I'll get back up the range, sure. Let's try and kill a ghost. Hi, buddies. Yeah, man, if you're not cooking at the beginning of this level, you're not gonna get anywhere close to that tomb. Yeah, can I do radiant damage to them? Yeah, I think so. Really playing with fire here. Sorry, I'm trying to delete it, sorry. Yeah, let's do 20% damage for that. I am really looking forward to checking out Hades 2 tomorrow, though. Did you complete the Raven's task? I believe so. If I remember correctly, I think just picking up that that orb from the tomb is the end of that. I don't 100% remember, though, so we'll see. Yeah, I'll do that. There we go. Oh, so much damage. Gosh. Come on back over, horse buddy. Yeah, we'll do more force. Oh, multi-strike? Yeah. Got him. Yep. Alright, what do we got? Changes main weapon damage to fire. Main weapon adds 10% burn chance. When not using main weapon, 100% plus 100% damage. Interesting. What does this one do? 3% attack speed. Let's try that. I'm assuming that means that my skills will get double damage? Maybe? Yeah, burn damage and burn chance, because we're using all fire damage here. Sure. Need regen for this, I think. He had attack speed upgrade for Radiant Light here, though. Not protecting my back as well as I needed to. Area radius and total stacks? Sure. I think that gets me to level 3 anyway, so I can maybe upgrade it. Though I have the little chevron there, so maybe I already have upgraded it? I do like getting the bigger radius here, though, so I can mess these ghosts up a little bit more. I feel like I've confused the game a little bit. 50,000 enemies with effects. Jeez. The fortunate part, though, is I'm not getting a lot of XP at the moment. I am missing the option of having a shorter run, though, from DRG Survivor. Wait, hold on, don't die up there. No. It's an additional magic attack, then apply an additional fire-based attack that distributes burn stacks among all enemies in range. Number of stacks increases with burn chance. Yep. Absolutely, we can set everything on fire. Do that for sure. Couldn't remember how much those ghosts hurt me, so sort of took a chance there. And my radius on the light is pretty big too, so 20% attack speed, sure. Okay, now that we have these swirling enemies, at least I'm getting a little bit more XP. Ooh, it's starting to get hot now. I feel it now that we're getting towards noon. It's gonna be really hot. Today's gonna be the coolest of all the kind of heat wave days. I think it's only gonna get to 80 something, but the rest of the week is gonna be 90 something, which is a real bummer for the end of October. Hopefully it means that trick-or-treating won't be that cold, though. There have been some years where it's been really pretty frigid. Especially for my very California child. Alright, come on, ghosts. I need one of you to perish. 20 minutes left to do it. It's weird you getting a heat wave and me not. Oh yeah, you guys aren't getting any of the heat wave? That's weird. I'll take arcane splinters. I'm sure there's some square grid node I haven't completed for that yet. Since we're still, 2.5 hours into the game. Making great progress, though. I'm very happy with progress I've been making. Some of it is me knowing, though, to kind of respect all of the enemies in the game. Of, you know, even the regular enemies will mess you up very quickly. Now we're staying in the 70 to 85 range. Okay, weird. Gotta remember to write this game down to talk about on TVGP this week. In my week of roguelikes. This week of roguelikes and Dispatch and Stardew Valley. All the hot new releases. I'm really looking forward to playing more Dispatch on Thursday, though. Like I talked about on the show, I'm really digging them releasing 2 episodes a week at like an hour a piece. I think that's really fun. Again, as long as they actually come out on the schedule they've set, which I'm assuming they will. I think the lessons were learned by pretty much everybody back during the Walking Dead days of like, no, you need to be done with these games before you start putting them out. Like, the episodes need to be finished. I'm very curious in Dispatch to see, though, how a lot of the actual dispatch work continues to expand, because that turned out to be more like deeper than I thought. So I'm kind of curious, especially as I'm leveling up my superheroes and I'm leveling up my character as well. Like, I'm kind of curious to see where that's gonna go. But if you're watching this video and you haven't watched it, campsite.bio/Janston, you can watch the first 2 episodes out right now. I think it's a really cool game. And those videos were a little bit quiet. I'll fix it for the next one. I've already turned up I just need to, on all of these games, I just need to turn the volume up to 100% if it's not Destiny Night. And if it is Destiny Night, it needs to go down to like 30%. Touched me? How dare you? You kick me at? Yeah, I'm still trying to kill a ghost. Whoosh. Ritz is so passed out back there. he sleeps, I think, maybe the hardest out of any cat I've ever had. When he's out, he is all the way out, and nothing's going to be waking him up. Truly envious. Shrimp sleeps like someone's going to pull a knife on him at any moment. Little break here to fight a boss. Yikes. Hold on. Stop touching me. Crit bonus, sure. Yikes. Crit chance, base block strength. Every 1 second has a 100% chance to apply slow. Deals 20 magic damage for each slow effect. Covers a 3-meter radius in front of you? Okay. What do I have here? Beast defense and movements. We'll try this. I should put something in the bucket here, though. Area? Question mark? I really don't want to use my my 1 potion unless like all 4 of them are just total trash. I kind of don't want to spend it on that. Let's do that. Why I left so much XP behind. Let's do damage for main weapon. I feel like I haven't done one of those in a while. Jeez. Attack speed? I'm just gonna be dumping fire here. Okay, we'll do that one. I want to see it pop up that I killed a ghost. Halfway done with my run, I haven't even killed one single ghost. This imp is really trapped here against this wall, too. Sure. Thanks. Get these weeping angels out of here. I'm clearly doing a lot of damage because they keep getting pushed back. I'll do more area. I kind of can't tell the change for area in this, but maybe it's only at the end of the fire that I'm shooting. Maybe the end of the cone is getting wider. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, a bunch of those angels are gone. Focus more on my ghosties. Ghosties with mosties. Direct burn effect. Alright. Dragon's Breath Specialist. Trigger 1,000 times direct burn damage with Dragon's Breath. Is done by applying burn on enemies with 20 burn stacks. Okay. I did it. Just everything is catching everything on fire. I also don't know what I was getting hurt by. Oh, stop spitting. Oh yeah, carrot time. I'm really knocking back these ghosts too. Trying to get all of them in this 20 plus damage stacks 5,000 times. Okay. Let's do base regen. My health regen isn't very good right now. Fire damage, great. Regen, not great. Okay, now it feels much better. Oh, it's one of those angels. I did kill, when I played this on PC originally, I did kill one ghost a couple of times, but the one for killing 24 ghosts just completely eluded me. I think it was a level of damage I could kind of never figure out for any of the classes. Even playing this class and kind of boosting the base stats with the permanent upgrades and everything, and spreading fire a lot like this, I just still wasn't able to do it. I'm sure there's a guide out there now for have this specific loadout and pick up these specific skills and stuff like that, but I don't think that really existed at the time that I know of. Alright, let's kite this boss away here a little bit. No, I don't want to walk through a ghost, man. You jerk. Dragon's Breath knocks back enemies and increases direct damage by 100%. Now also counts as a physical attack. Great. Now we're ghost killers. Right? 11 minutes left, ghosts. Sure. More damage for this aura is only going to help from whatever's trying to sneak up behind me. There is, it's on Reddit? Okay. I should have assumed by this point it'd be like, I need a guide for each and every node that's in the square grid. How far back these ghosts are now compared to the other ones. One of you has to die here at some point. Come on. Throw me a bone. 10 minutes left on this run. This is the point of bullet heaven where you can just kind of zone out a little bit. This run's going pretty well. Kill a marching ghost, let's go! I forgot it's called proof of concept. That's real good. I'm just gonna fight a bunch of other ghosts just for the fun of it. I don't think they really give you anything, but I probably also could shoot. They have an estimated 1 million HP. Dang. Alright. Alright, I have less than 10 minutes now. Let's head down to the bucket and put something in there. I might put those gloves I'm wearing. Those seem pretty cool. I also like the kind of risk-reward of like, yeah, you found a pretty cool piece of gear that you can put in the bucket, but also you're going to be finishing up the rest of your run without that gear. Oh, shoulders are hurting. I'll do a stretching workout after the stream. Oh, the Hydra. Also like a Hydra fight where you're knocking down, like knocking out heads as you're going through. Hit with physical damage, you spawn a shockwave for each burning enemy plus 1% burn damage. I mean, that seems pretty great for this guy. What do we have here for 100%? Yeah. And equip that. And do more burn damage. That probably seems like the one to send back, though, because I think that's the one you want to have equipped on this character for their loadout. 1 million HP is nutty. I'm trying to remember what the upgraded version of the Dragon's Breath is. I wanted to say originally that it's like it just turns into a dragon, but then I thought, no, I'm fairly sure that's Spear Hunter's Infinite Horde, but maybe it's both? I mean, that's kind of a common a common thing of like, hey, fire dragons are real cool. I'm gonna set up the ruby circle. Whoops, hold on, I gotta set that up first. And then we can do the ruby circle. Then we'll equip that on, put that in the loadout for this character permanently. Oh. Stretch out a little bit here. Shoulders hurting, you carrying that raid team, LOL? Hey, all of the semi-serious raid group was all very good. No No carrying here. Gotta run away from all these guys. I do miss raiding in Destiny, but I think we all kind of know how Destiny's gonna go, or how Destiny's going at the moment. So like asking 6 people, including myself, to come back to Destiny right now feels like, I mean, like, just to raid is, especially for like some of the most difficult raids in the game, just feels really kind of rough. Although, like, that Green Man Gaming deal they had last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, where it's basically like every piece of Destiny 2 content, including the year pass for the stuff that hasn't come out yet, was way cheaper than it should have been. Sets nearby enemies on fire without direct damage affected by it. Yep. I miss good Destiny. Yeah, I do too. And what's really frustrating is, like, Destiny 2 was in an incredible place literally the day before Edge of Fate launched. Like, Destiny 2 was in a really, really, really good spot, and it just kind of face planted. Let's do that one. It's so frustrating. Because, like, you can't even... Like, the portal is getting improvements. I will give them credit where credit's due, but, like, you could, Edge of Fate, you could just still do the Strike playlist and still get rewards. Like, you can't... There's nothing in the game that feels as rewarding at this point, unless the recent portal improvements they've done have fixed a lot of that stuff. I haven't really paid attention to a lot of my usual Destiny content creators. Number one, because Dad wasn't playing Destiny anymore, which, good on him. But also, like, anybody else that I was, like, casually watching hasn't really been putting out a lot of stuff anymore, or, like, any of the stuff that they're putting out is like, I can fix the portal, and here's how it is. Scarrow usually puts out a lot of stuff, and I haven't really seen a lot of his stuff lately, so maybe I'll have to go check out how he feels about the new portal stuff. But it's just really rough. And, like, so many of the content creators that I follow haven't... Everything they've been putting out is like, it's the end of Destiny 2. It's the death of Destiny. The Destiny killer turned out to be Destiny. You know, all of that stuff. And I'm not really interested in that. And like I talked about a couple weeks ago, like, I love watching people like Leopard, or I love watching, you know, Dado do stuff. But the majority of the Destiny stuff that they were playing was just, we're running Caldera for 6 hours today. To try and get one more, like, eke out 1 or 2 more points of power, and that sucks. From, like, a player and a viewer standpoint. Like, that sucks. What about Fallout? I haven't watched much of his stuff lately. I like a lot of the stuff that he puts out because, I feel like he's one of the last content creators that I watch that, puts out, like, actual, like, damage calculation stuff of, like, okay, here are all the mods for this season, and here's what they actually do, and here's the numbers that, you know, this mod says it does increased void damage. How much does that mean? Like, what does that mean? I like that he really puts out a lot of that stuff still, and I think that stuff is really good. And he does have, like, a PvE and a PvP focus. So Fallout's really great. I haven't historically watched his streams that much. I know I follow him on Twitch, but I should see what he's up to streaming. After this run is over. Let's do base regen, sure. Got 2 minutes left in this run. I do like Fallout, though. I think he probably is one of the funnier content creators for Destiny that I watch. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta fill out. I forgot to fill out something for the Bungie Foundation this morning before I started streaming. I have to remember to do that after I start the upload for this episode. The 1 million damage with Dragon's Breath? Dang. Well, driving errands call. Best of luck for your run and to all a good week. Thanks for coming, Torek. Hopefully I'll see you in a future stream here, and hopefully all your errands go well. Hopefully you find like a fun snack you haven't seen before. That's always my hope for this community. Okay, 1 minute left. Letting auto aim do its thing at this point in the run. Sure. Just keep buffing Dragon Strike, why not? What could go wrong? Ooh, hearing all that XP? Is that what is maybe that's what is like the secret sauce behind so many of these games, because I think Vampire Survivors really nailed that, of like the pickup noise needs to be really great. I think that's the kind of like the gambling knowledge that that Ponkel really took from the rest of the stuff they had worked on. I was going to make a joke about dark patterns, but somebody would probably take that seriously. So no, Ponkel's not putting dark patterns into Vampire Survivors. Level 70. I'll do that, sure. Kind of doesn't matter at this point in the run. Survive 28 minutes with your original health. Something or something. Don't want to get grabbed. I don't even remember what this orb does. And done. Can't be mad about a run like that. I should go see what, I bet that's a milestone for this. Before I wrap it up here, let's see what, killed a marching ghost, we got 5,000 gold. Alright. Bonus quests. Defeat a lord with the artifact Rich Man's Plate active. Complete 10. Oh, I got the artifact for doing that. Wild. Okay. Defeat a total of 1 lord, 50 elite enemies. Where's that? Man, I don't know where it is then. It's gotta be in here somewhere. So 28 minutes with the original max health. Don't use items, blessing, or traits. Wow, I didn't upgrade my max health at all during that run? That's incredible. All right. I don't know how to exit out of here. I'll figure that out in a minute, I guess. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming in, hanging out, and watching the stream. Had a pretty successful time here with Halls of Torment. PS5 version runs great. That one crash, but you know that's probably I sent the report, so hopefully they'll patch it here. And I think it's a super great version. I think everything seems to be here, and I think everything's great. It's only $10. Someone earlier mentioned that it's on Game Pass, so check that out if it's on Game Pass on your platform or not. do the Bungie Foundation thing. Thank you so much. I'll do that here as soon as I drag this video into the YouTube window. I'll be back tomorrow for Hades 2, which is also a thing I need to buy and install as soon as I hit stop streaming on this. So we'll be starting that as well. We're really a week of roguelikes here. Don't forget to check out weroguelikeit.com for all of the roguelikes that Moon and I have played in the past. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully, you have a great day. Bye!